guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paroma Sharma and this is my little rectangle where I share a little bit of my life with you. And today I decided I'd go back to arts and crafts. I got the arts and crafts itch and yeah, I just want to get my hands dirty in some color. I'm not a painter. I grew up with it though, like I was surrounded by it as I grew up. My mom's a painter. I purchase all of my stuff just for fun, just for giggles from the dollar store. So tiny little acrylic paints and the 4 canvases that I have here. Like they even have the Dollarama label on it right there. I've got 4 square canvases here and I really wanted to try my hand at doing one of those like four-piece square sets kind of thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I generally have kind of an idea. I've mapped out sort of ish what I want to do, but I'm not gonna like look at any guidelines or anything. I'm really just gonna I just have a vision in my head. I don't know if it'll work out, but we'll see, I guess. The first thing that we're gonna start off with that I have planned for today is I'm gonna actually go find a thicker brush. I actually want to do like a streak, just like a very bold streak of color, 1 streak of color on each canvas here. And then I want to build off of that color. Let's say I do like a pink streak of color. Then the splatters will be in that palette, like on that canvas. I only have the primary colors. Like I don't have green. When I'm saying I'm gonna get green, I'm gonna get orange, and I'm gonna get pink, I'm going to make it like a color art painting basic. But you know, a lot of people don't think about it and they think if I ever want to like start painting or try painting, it's just so daunting because it's like you'd have to get like each color of the rainbow possibly, which is not true. All you need is the primary colors and then a black and a white. So these are it. I have a yellow, a blue, a red, a white, and a black. You can use all of these colors to make any color that you want. It's pretty simple. You do your blue and your yellow and you get a green. And then there's more complicated ones where you get like a magenta, which is a kind of like a pink with a blue tone. And then you add the blue. You keep adding the blue to get like a purple, to get a magenta, like those kinds of things. So it's a lot of fun. And I think like, you know, these are things that we used to learn when we were in like junior kindergarten and stuff. The feel of arts and crafts is very like, it feels like home to me. It's very comforting because a big chunk of my life was spent seeing my mom do these kinds of things, and I always want to be in all the fun. Any ounce of creativity I have, that's where I get it. I don't usually like narrating through, it's very meditative for me, arts and crafts. I don't like narrating through it. I'm gonna put on some 90s Bollywood music because that's my go-to for arts and crafts background music. Oh my God. Let's get started with this. I'm so excited. Okay, so in this stage of the paintings, I'm actually going ahead and marking the light colors, so that first stroke, just a very bold stroke across each canvas. Each stroke is a different color, and you see me blending and actually making those colors as I'm also painting them onto the canvas. Now you'll see that each initial streak is in a different shape. Some goes just vertically along the sides, some are circular like this, and some go diagonal. And you'll see one that's a crisscross as well. And this is particularly because going into it, I already had an idea as to what I want to turn these into, which is why going into it, I kind of knew in which direction I wanted to build kind of like the abstract part of the painting first. And so you see this green stroke is kind of in like a boat-like shape, and you'll see why in a bit. And then came the fun, messy part. I literally just lathered up my thick brush with different shades of the colors and splattered it all across. It was a lot of fun, but the most important part is to protect your surface, so I put up the garbage bag for that. And again, I'm building in the shape that I have in mind. So I built this one in a X, and I'll tell you why in a bit, but you see how it is a little bit chaotic. I'm leaving that big initial stroke of color alone. That big blue brush stroke is still there, but I am building the splatters. I'm manipulating them to take the shape that I want it to take. Then I went in with a sponge and I actually just kind of cleaned it up a little more, also added a little more texture to it. It's different from a brush stroke and the splattered paint, so I think the sponge gave it a little bit more form. Okay, now this is my favorite part of the entire project. You can go ahead and actually sketch out your pattern first. So I chose, and again, this is why I manipulated the abstract part of the paintings to look the way that they did. I chose different elements, very simple things like this bird here. You'll see in a bit there's going to be a flower and a leaf. So I chose these kinds of elements so that they're simple, clean lines, and you can just sketch them out and then just use black, and it just looks like a really cool DIY abstract project. And I think it looks like I know what I'm doing, but I really didn't have much of a clue going into it. So this is the leaf. Now I hope you can see why I chose those directions that I chose with that initial brush stroke, plus with the splatters. The shape that I took on overall on each canvas, the unique shape that I built, was because I had these elements in mind. I wanted to draw a leaf on it. I wanted to draw a flower on it. And so this X here actually is turning into a butterfly. So I hope you can see where I was going with this from the beginning. And that is it, you guys. I'm so incredibly happy with how it turned out. If I had to go back, there are a couple of things I would change. Like for instance, I think the center of the butterfly just turned a little too dark, and I should have quit while I was ahead in the game, but I decided to shade in the center, just like I shaded in the center with like dots in the center of the flower. So I really shouldn't have done that with the butterfly, but I'm still happy with it. It's still beautiful. And so here are the close-ups of it. It looks really fancy. It looks like I really knew what I was doing. Also, you can see some of the wet paint here. Ideally, you should let the paint dry between the steps, but you know, I just wanted to get the video done. But I think it turned out great for like very little effort. So if you want to give it a shot, go ahead and give this a shot and let me know in the comment section how it turned out. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow.